Nerds. Hey, what's up? Little big robot's back. Gotta get my razor over here. I forgot. Little video for you. I've got so many things to go over. This is one of them. This is not something to normally collect. I do not collect the Halo. I've had a few Halo toys in the past. Some brick type toys. Stuff like that. I don't collect. I think I have the Warthog, just little stuff like that. But this, when I saw this is really strange. I'll explain in a minute. When I saw this in the store a long time ago, I thought, oh, that's cool. I need to pick that up sometime. But it was $40, $40, $40, $45, I think, actually. Now it went down to 20. So there's a funny story about this. So I went ahead and grabbed it. Let's get it open. I got it from Target. As of recording, if you're watching this now, it might still be on sale. So you might go and check. Speaking of that, there was a sale on a Whoosh toy, which makes cool 6-inch figures. I don't know if anybody got those. I was going to buy some, but I was like, I'm pushing it a little bit with that. This was like I said, it was not something I normally would get. I don't do Halo. They have some really cool bot focus, bro. Really cool bot type things and all that. But I was like, man, I've got it for $20. I've been putting it off for so long. It's a huge toy. I'll kind of go over how it assembles and stuff in a minute. Funny story about this. So I was in the airport traveling. With this in a plastic bag as a carry-on. I checked everything else. I don't like doing bunches of carry-ons. And there's a woman there traveling with 3 little kids, and one of them was 5. He's a bit of a handful. He wasn't bratty or anything. He was just real excited, worked up, And I went and got some French fries, a hamburger and fries. I was eating a little bit. And I just knew as soon as I was coming back, I said, that kid is going to come up and ask me about my French fries. And sure enough, they go to the restroom, they come back. When they come back, I'm eating my French fries, and the kid, that kid immediately said, oh, hey, you got French fries. Like I was his cousin from Wisconsin. And I was like, yeah, I do have French fries. And I never eat, especially, greasy airport fries. I never eat every one of those for sure. So I looked at the mother and I said, hey, Mom, can he have some of my fries? Because, I could tell she had her hands full, but she was really tired. And she said, yeah, of course. She had this cool accent. Well, it turns out she's from South Africa and was traveling there to visit where she grew up or whatever. And so I could tell she was just beat, So anyway, so I'm sitting there and he's eating fries and he's talking. And then he comes over and he's like, oh, look at that robot. And it's this toy, the box in a bag. And my excuse is always, yeah, that's for my nephew. Anytime you buy something. I like going in Target and they say, do you want a gift receipt? And you just say, no, it's for me. I always like doing that so the cashier goes, oh, kind of feels bad or whatever. But I said, well, yeah, this is for my nephew, but I don't want the figure, the action figure that comes with it. So this is the Halo pilot that I guess sits in the mecha seat. So let's put him in there. And I said, Mom, is it all right if I give him this toy? I don't want it. Me and my nephew collect it. I didn't want to explain I was the toy collector or whatever. And she said, you don't have to do that. She had this really cool accent. I loved how she spoke. And I said, no, it's cool. So I give him the action figure, and he starts playing with it and just kind of, he's being chill, because he's playing, because he was bored, he's sitting in the airport. And I thought, oh, that's a pretty good move. I didn't want the figure at all. But then I met somebody, if you're watching this video, I'll probably link it to you, so hello in person, I guess. Met somebody on the 118 figure. 118 figures are a scale that are very popular. And my only other 118 is this one that I use all the time as comparisons. So there's my other 118 figure, so you can see. So 118 is a very popular scale, and I have a ton of figures like this scale that I don't collect. I've just picked them up in with random bots or whatever. I think he's get it from me. Somehow we're gonna work that out. So when you get it in the box, it's a pretty. In fact, instead of going through assembling this, I wanted, like I said, I bought 2 of them, and so here I've already assembled it. It's pretty spindly, and meaning that these arms are very thin. The whole thing feels, you can hear it's relatively cheap. That's why I waited till it was on sale. But for something that is that size, that is, if you know me, I collect Joy Toy bots. This is, you know, much taller or larger, I should say, more imposing on the shelf than those. But for 20 bucks, you could easily take this and keep it how it is, just as a fun shelf piece if you're into Halo, or give it to your kid or whatever, they can play with it. But, you know, take just even an afternoon, clean up these seam lines, really easy to do. Just sand those down or redo them. I don't know, being how thin these seam lines are, this is something that you might be able to pop apart pretty easily. And then if you wanted to paint any of the other details, but you could even just take it like this and just do some dry brushing and some weathering, and it would really, really improve it. Like, you get a couple injection points here that are just kind of obscene, so you could really, really fix that up really easily. It's not real posable. It basically stands and operates in kind of one pose. It doesn't really do much else. I'm always scared of rotating to see if it rotates. Anytime I have a toy like this that I'm not sure how it's going to move and pose or whatever, I go and look up somebody else's review. That way, in case it breaks, they're the ones to break it. But if it moves more, like if it changes from this position more, you know, I'll let them show me how it changed, because I'm not quite sure if, like that right there, you can see it has a bending. Oh, there you go. So it does bend more. So you just got to be really careful with it. It's like I said, it's a pretty lightweight. This is hollow plastic. This is not a Joy Toy where it feels almost like a rubberized, not rubberized plastic, but a bit thicker, a bit like an armor panel. So if you drop this, you could see it actually snapping off apart. A Joy Toy, not so much. A Lego thing, of course, you can reassemble. So you got to be careful with that. But once you assemble and you have it on the shelf, it's hard for you to see because my camera's set up, which I'm going to work on getting a better one. Larger, you know, you can see, you can pop. In fact, let's see, while I have this here, can she go in it? Of course you can. Look at that. So the inside is real bare bones, but you can see, like I said, you can see how thin the plastic is. It's not super high quality, but for 20 bucks, you get a really cool shelf size piece. I wonder if those come off here. It'd be cool if you could take them off here and just have like a ship. You see what they have the arms. See, that's why I grabbed 2. I was like, man, I'm gonna mess with this a bunch. Plus, they just look cool on the shelf. One I could use for painting and messing around with, and the other one I could use is just setting up. I have a section on my shelf now. I'll be doing a new shelf tour soon, and on that section, I'm putting stuff that I just bought because it was fun. It just was, you know, I just wanted the bots. I got some. I don't know if you know this, but Hasbro had a really good sale. Hasbro Pulse, 40% off. So I got like $75 toys for like 40 bucks, 43 bucks, whatever it was. And I got some really nice, like Iron Man and other style bots, kind of robot-y looking stuff coming in. This is gonna be fantastic. So it's cool. For 20 bucks, I'd grab it. For 40, I probably wouldn't. Even with 40 though, it's got so much bulk to it, like so much height and shelf presence, that even for 40, it would have been worth it. But for 20, you're darn right it's worth it. You can take all this apart, and you can see it's got a lot of nice little details. It's just got these seam lines. Again, those seam lines, I'm not super bothered by. What if those are going either by screws or not? They are not. On you know, like a robot, because a seam line could represent where pieces of metal would meet up anyway. So if that doesn't bother you, you're cool. Just paint it, you know, do some dry brushing, even just some, even if you just some you know, scraping, what you call it, like the paint is chipping. I couldn't think of the word. Even if it's just some paint, you know, chipping in a wash to bring out some details. I might do that on that, just a quick and dirty wash, and just see how it comes out. And I guarantee even just that'll look 100 times better on that. But it's a neat little thing. So this guy's probably going to a new home. I'm getting ready to pull out all of my figures. I have probably 100 figures, no, probably about 60 of ones like that I don't want, and I'll probably need to exchange away and stuff like that. But seeing that scale, that's 1/18. That's really funny. You can see the detail difference between a Joy Toy one and this. Just when you get in there, it's not a huge difference. You just get paint with this one, but really cool. Anyway, not bad. Enjoy, everybody. See if Target has one now and go pick you one up. Take it easy.